Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings that we're so gifted with. Please be with us to make the right decisions for the citizens of Mountain View. In your name, amen.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Bill Moore is absent. Stephen Hills.
Here.
Larry Kazicki.
Here.
Brenda Holder. Here. Murray Anderson.
here.
Okay, I recognize all the guests. Looking good. Okay, old business. Bill 1365 to become ordinance 1737, first and second reading. Amending chapters 26, section 26.071 for the pool rates of the city code of ordinances for the city of Mountain View. And city clerk, would you please do us the honors?
An ordinance amending chapter 26, Park Board of the City Code of Ordinances for the City of Mountain View, Missouri. Whereas the City Council has determined that there is a need to amend chapter 26.071 municipal pool fees of the City Code of Ordinances for the City of Mountain View, Missouri, in order to update the pool fees for the 2023 operating season. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Mountain View, Missouri, that the Code of Ordinances is hereby amended as follows. Section 26.071 municipal pool fees. A, pool passes. 1, individual $50. 2, two-member family $90. 3, three-member family $120. 4, four-member family $150. For 5, additional $20 for each individual over a 4-member family. Family is defined as all individuals living under one roof. 6, senior citizen pass, individuals 65 and older, $35. B, daily admission fees. Number 1, ages 5 and up, $2. Number 2, ages 4 and under, free. Number 3, senior citizen, individuals 65 and older, daily admission $1. C, pool parties and rental rates. Number 1, 2-hour flat rate, $250. Number 2, 3-hour flat rate, $350. 3, no pool parties or rentals for periods longer than 3 hours without authorization from the pool manager. These rates are effective as of May 23rd, 2023.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we accept bill number 1365, ordinance 1737.
Second.
Second by Stephen. Any discussion? All in favor, Stephen?
Aye.
Brenda?
Aye.
Larry?
Aye.
And for the second reading,
We have to go through for the second reading because it needs to be in
Yeah.
place, so that's
Yeah.
for everybody that,
because we want to get that thing open,
yes.
one way or another. And you don't have to read all the subchapters.
Okay, just read that.
Yeah.
We did it once, we can do it. An ordinance amending chapter 26, Park Board of the City Code of Ordinances for the City of Mountain View, Missouri, whereas the City Council has determined that there is a need to amend chapter 26.071 municipal pool fees of the City Code of Ordinances for the City of Mountain View, Missouri, in order to update the pool fees for the 2023 operating season. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Mountain View, Missouri, that the City Code of Ordinances is hereby amended as follows. Section 26.071 municipal pool fees, pool passes, daily admission fees, pool parties, and rental rates.
Motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept bill number 1365, ordinance 1737.
Second? Second by Brenda. Any discussion on the second reading? Voting?
Aye.
Brenda?
Aye.
Larry? Aye. Motion passes. The next one, Bill 1366 to become ordinance 1738, first and second reading, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Mountain View to sign agreement with Horner and Schifrin for sewer grant funding.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Mountain View, Missouri to sign a professional services agreement and associated necessary documents, including the procurement of architectural and engineering services with DBE certification form between the City of Mountain View and Horner and Schifrin, Inc. for the wastewater collection system improvements project. Whereas the City Council of the Mountain View, Missouri is in the process of making improvements to the wastewater collection system, and whereas the City Council previously selected Warner and Schiffer Inc. to be engineers for said project, and whereas it is now necessary for the City of Mountain View, Missouri to enter into a professional services agreement and other associated documents with Warner and Schiffer Inc. in order to proceed with said project. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of Mountain View, Missouri as follows. Section 1, that Mayor John Krasuski is directed to enter into a professional services agreement and associated necessary documents, including the procurement of architectural and engineering services with DEE certification form between the City of Mountain View and Horner and Schiffer Inc. with Horner and Schiffer Inc. on behalf of the City of Mountain View, Missouri, in order to proceed with the wastewater collection system improvement projects. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect as of the date of its passage.
Motion,
I make a motion that we accept Bill 1366, ordinance 1738.
I'll second.
by Stephen. Any further discussion?
This is the gentleman that came up and spoke at the last meeting. correct?
Yes.
We're just clarifying it before. Yeah, I remember it.
And this grant is for any overages and stuff that goes in. It's a free grant, 100%. So, yes, just refreshing my memory.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, roll call vote.
Aye.
Brenda.
Aye.
Aye.
First reading passes.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Mountain View, Missouri to sign a professional services agreement and associated necessary documents, including the procurement of architectural and engineering services with DBE certification form between the City of Mountain View and Horner and Schiffer Inc. for the wastewater collection system improvements project. Whereas the City Council for the City of Mountain View, Missouri is in the process of making improvements to the wastewater collection system, and whereas the City Council previously selected Horner and Schiffer Inc. to be the engineers for said project, and whereas it is now necessary for the City of Mountain View, Missouri to enter into a professional services agreement and other associated documents with Horner and Schiffer Inc. in order to proceed with said project. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Mountain View, Missouri as follows. Section 1, that Mayor John Krasuski is directed to enter into a professional services agreement and associated necessary documents, including the procurement of architectural and engineering services with DBE certification form between the City of Mountain View and Horner and Schiffer Inc. with Horner and Schiffer Inc. on behalf of the City of Mountain View, Missouri, in order to proceed with the wastewater collection system improvements project. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect as the date of its passage.
Motion,
I'll make a motion that we accept bill number 1366, ordinance number 1738.
second. And discussion.
This part here, probably need to have that removed because that supersedes that. Where it just says that it's passed on this date because that date.
Include this 23rd day of May 23rd.
Right, because
Yeah.
down below it, that's when that would be.
It's got the wrong date on there.
Today is the 23rd.
Pass and approve this 23rd date. Otherwise, that's
Because you're just doubling it down below, the next line is going to be redundant.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's redundant, is what I'm telling you.
That one.
Because you actually dated the date that it goes through and passes for the first and second reading.
as, pass and approve this 23rd date.
Are you talking about where number 2 says that it's in full force and effect as of the date of its passage and it
Yeah.
has the date? So that number 2 will actually be a part of the ordinance itself. The date below it is not part of the ordinance, it's just part of what is signed by,
This is
Okay.
proper.
Yeah.
procedure.
so one will actually go into the book, but the date itself will not be. So that's
Okay.
just included in there in case you guys wanted to set something to actually start at a later date than when it was approved.
Okay, do that.
I just haven't seen that on any of them before, that double date.
It's on most of them, we just normally don't pay much attention to it.
Any further discussion? Vote.
Aye.
Brenda.
Aye.
Murray.
Aye.
The next resolution is Bill 1367, Resolution 230523, authorizing the City of Mountain View Mayor to sign amending the agreement for airport improvement program, which is a Pappy Lights, to extend the allotted time for the project. They need a little extra time for the inspection is all. It's done, but they just need inspection time. So if you would read that, please.
A resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Mountain View, Missouri to sign amendment number 2, amending the agreement for the airport improvement program, Happy Lights, previously entered into with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission. Whereas the city council of the city of Mountain View, Missouri is in the process of making improvements to the municipal airport through the installation of Happy Lights. And whereas it is necessary for the city of Mountain View to sign an amendment to the previously agreed on contract for the project, which will extend the allotted time for the completion of said project. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of Mountain View, Missouri as follows. Section 1, that Mayor John Krasuski is directed to sign amendment number 2 in order to amend the city's existing contract for airport improvements to allow more time for the installation of Happy Lights. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect as of the date of its passage.
We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept bill number 1367, resolution number 230523.
We have a second.
I second it.
Discussion?
What was that original?
Go to page 2.
I was reading that.
It goes BC, there's no A. Did we drop a line there underneath the projectile
Yeah.
you're in? Is that why those letters are off?
I believe this came from them, this came from,
Page 2.
So there's no
At the bottom?
There's no A, it skips A, it goes straight to B. So I'm striking through that if we can, it's just a pen and ink, but when it goes up through, put that as an A, B, C.
okay, I can ask them because this came directly from them.
I think they probably just forgot it.
I think something got dropped, and it was probably the original time period. And then they just didn't carry over what the letters and stuff were, it didn't auto-correct down.
Make it changes anything for us in accordance with that shall expire July 1st. All the terms and conditions agreed to, at least D is on there. So they're good. Any further
Yep.
discussion?
D should be C, so.
Vote.
Aye.
Brenda?
I,
Aye.
That's the first reading, right?
Yes.
It's a resolution.
Yeah, you only have one.
We only do one.
We only did an ordinance for the other one because they specifically asked for an ordinance, so.
Okay, then, Bill 1368, Resolution 230523, authorizing the mayor to sign documents to invest the alley improvement project funding from UNB Bank until payment is due.
A resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Mountain View, Missouri to sign the necessary documents to invest the alley improvement project funding with UNB Bank until payment is due. Whereas the city of Mountain View, Missouri has received funding to be used for the alley improvement project, and whereas that money can be invested with UNB Bank until payment for the project comes due. And whereas UNB Bank has presented an investment plan to the city council for the city of Mountain View, Missouri, which the council has deemed to be prudent and in the best interest of the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Mountain View, Missouri as follows. Section 1, that Mayor John Krasuski is directed to sign the documents necessary to invest the funding for the alley improvement project with UNB Bank based on the investment presentation provided by UNB Bank until payoff for the alley improvement project is due. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect as the date of its passage.
Motion, so we can discuss it.
I make a motion
We have a second.
to accept resolution 2305-23, Bill 1368. Actually, it's over around Bill first. She's got to write it down, that's why I'm saying that.
We have a second by Stephen. And discussion.
I,
On the next page is the sheet. That investment sheet.
I don't feel comfortable doing it. With the times that we're in right now, if something was to happen with the market and we lose part of this money or all of this money, then we have to foot the bill on making our payment every month and come up with the money to pay this guy. I just sooner, I wish they would have come up with better ideas than just investing in the stock market. Because our money's not protected whatsoever.
I would like to research also other options and just maybe paying him when he's done. That would be the best way, because then we wouldn't have to worry about, because then he would be paid. And then, other options is like, excuse me, CDs. I actually did research on CDs, and Simmons Bank has 4.0 for a 6-month CD and a 4.5 on a 6-month CD, and that's about what we needed if he absolutely won't take the money, but I'd rather him take the money. And see, CDs is guaranteed, and we would get, for sure what we put in there, there'd be no doubt, and we could break it up. That way it would be insured through the FDC or ICD, whatever that is.
Okay, I can answer both of those questions for now. I agree with you, it's very volatile right now with the so-called stock market, especially with this, that next budget coming up. These are recommended by the bank that has the funds that's loaning it to us.
Right.
And they can only recommend what's secure enough for their investors because they know that's the money that we would be responsible for, that they're basically out of.
Okay.
So they are making their best choices, and the two that they picked here, remember, the third one and the fifth one, there's numbers on the right side there that they recommended on phone to me, the third one and the fifth one. And they said they would be the safest, but we don't have to. One, we don't have to right now. Two, we can wait a month, because in a month we should know if that everything's stable or not, if we're bailed out or not. Number three, your point is well taken, Brenda, but this is what they're allowed to do, and only their organization can only invest in those there, period. There's
Now,
no
is our money
CDs.
still there?
Yes, yes. And they have it to where they can only invest it in theirs, and that's their
Well, I checked.
securest
I actually
investment option.
checked on their CD, and their CD's only one.
But this is,
That's all they're
you
allowing
can't
us
choose
to-
a CD,
Right.
you can't, these are the only options they offer, period, that they're allowed to offer us. So we don't have to take it, and we don't have to take it now.
If we
It's
were in,
up to you guys.
if we knew what the audit was, what our budget was gonna look like, and we were a little more financially secure at the moment, it would be a better discussion, but right now it scares me. We don't have the backup if something goes wrong.
And they voted us in to watch this and be careful with the money that they
Oh, yeah.
pay taxes for, so I can't be okay with it. It's a gray area for me.
So your motion is actually to table this for at least a month? Is that what your motion is?
Well, I'd like to take it out the back door and shoot it, but I can't do
Well,
that, but.
Brenda, keep in mind.
What are your thoughts?
Brenda, keep in mind that this came up because they offer this immediately after we got the financing. It is offered, and that's been 3 months, and we've been paying $1,500 a month. That if the interest, I'm only guessing the interest, let's say the interest is, we would get 1,000 back. We would have saved 1,000 a month back,
Interest is only,
If it's
like 400 a month old.
4%.
I've seen it.
Oh, of the interest, yeah, sorry, yeah.
The interest
Yeah,
of that payment is only 400 some odd dollars. I believe that's what it
But
was.
we would have saved that for 3 months.
Yeah.
And if we put it off another month, we're only gonna lose that amount of interest for another month or two, and we can relook at it again. You know, it's an option there. And I didn't answer your other question, your other statement, and that is Scobie, that bid on it back in October, asked us if he could do it at the reduced rate and at his off time and not get paid until the end of the year. That was all part of the, I'll be good to you guys, you'd be good to me. It works out better for me if I get paid at the end of the year, not in the middle of the year. So that was sort of, you know, he's doing us a favor by honoring a 3-4 month-old bid that no one can even honor today. I can't, you know, the way it goes up. So he was doing us a favor, so I don't really want to burn him. I don't want to see him burn. It's up to you guys. But
I don't
say,
want to burn
hey,
him
here's the
either.
money.
But I
But we can
really,
revisit this. We don't
Yeah.
have to invest it.
no, I would like to, do that, and also speak to him about, this is really making things a little more difficult for us, and we'd like to just pay you when you get done with the job, because he's supposed to start like next weekend, and then it'll take what? A
2 to
couple
3
weeks. Yeah, so see, if we could just give him the money, that would be so much better.
All right.
Well,
Either way.
the money's not gonna go anywhere regardless if we wait as far as for that, but, there's several things that I see too, and I do think that it needs to be tabled at least for a month to come up, to see where things are for a couple of major. Every time that we move money from one place to another, even though this is under the bank's control, it still goes through whatever the investment is. So is it secure? It's probably the most securest, but we have seen in 87, 2001, to where 70% was right off the top, and we can't eat this. There's no way. It's not going to hurt us not to invest it, because we're still paying the interest and stuff anyway. If we continue the payments, then our schedule doesn't change either. All that it means is that the money's sitting in the bank that we're paying interest on, which is probably the safest one. But I do agree with Brenda and stuff that we need to table that, so.
Make a motion that we table it.
Two motions on the floor now.
No, it is not a motion. Once it's tabled, it should be tabled for a month. We don't even have to have a motion.
Yeah, right, because
Yep.
we already had a motion
Yeah.
discussion.
That's part of the discussion part.
Yeah, and then it got tabled in the discussion.
Yep.
So it's tabled for a month.
And then we revisit it next month. If you don't feel comfortable for it then it can be tabled again. Okay?
Sounds good. If you guys are satisfied, I'm satisfied.
Did you guys do your all in favor vote on that one?
Tabled, it stops all voting.
Okay.
We opened it up for the first one for the discussion was done,
Okay.
yes.
Either way, we tabled it. Good at that. We can research it later. Okay, new business. Sanitation budget
Oh, my
is
goodness.
first. Dave?
Afternoon.
How are you today?
Good. Did you guys get that page?
We need that page. This here, right?
The first one.
Yeah, we should all have that. Okay, you guys put on items if you want.
I have a question on the recyclable bags.
Okay.
Does, we charge for the recyclable bags after the
They
first?
get their first roll free with their monthly bill.
Does it come anywhere close to breaking even?
Yeah, well, the first roll is with their $20. So we're deducting that $3 roll off the 20, so we're operating on $17 actually.
What's the cost of the bags now? Do they go back up?
What are we charging now, $3.50?
No, what's the cost? What are our costs?
Oh, our cost? I think the last order, it was a year ago.
So we're still running on the,
Yeah, I've still got maybe 2 months supply or 3 months. That last order was 19,000. And we ordered 1 year supply instead of ordering it every 4 months. We got a better deal that way.
so do we know
We
if,
say 4,000.
if it's really high again, or if everything started to come back? Because that last order last year was astronomical from the year before.
Yeah, they're, I haven't, I
Okay.
didn't check the price. I got some quotes, I could look it up. I think they're around 22 or 23. No, they're about 29 cents a bag. I have to look it up. I just got a quote for a 4-month supply, and I told them to hold off, and it was right about $7,500,
How long supply?
4 months. But we've got people
So
that
that looks
come
like
in.
a 25% increase over last year if we buy it by 4 months.
But he said he got a savings of $4,000 last year
Yeah.
for buying for a year.
Yeah,
Right.
so we actually, by buying for the whole year, I saved enough money that would have, for that 4 months. It would have been like buying 3 and getting 1 order free.
Are you gonna try and buy a year?
It would save money that way,
Oh, but we're
but
talking
it's
about.
just a big lump sum coming out.
Yeah.
To put it in
That's
budget.
why
Right.
I ask them, normally we get a 4-month supply and we order 4 times a year, 3 times a
3 times a year.
year, yeah.
So you say you got about 2 months left. If you do with just one, that's going to put it close to the end of the year, and it might not be close enough.
I'll have to order them because I'm gonna be out. So I told them to give me a quote for 4-month supply.
Can you call them and see what, if they would do some
Yeah.
sort of discount if you did it by the year?
Yeah, they give a better quote that way.
Yeah, I
They
would
charge-
both.
Oh, yeah.
Get a price on those.
Yeah, price on both, yeah, no problem. I just didn't want to go with a whole year and put a whole year on here because it's half a year's budget.
Yeah, but something like that you might have to account for anyway, and then redo it again in January. You just buy at the midpoint of the year.
And if people want extra bags, then they have to pay the extra. Yeah, people come in and buy bags.
Transfer fees, are they going up again?
I haven't heard anything. They raised it.
Because the last budget and stuff, we were in the middle of the 2 raises, right?
The last budget I started out, it was gonna be $47 a ton.
Yep.
And then we were doing all of our budget work, and then a couple of months later, they told us it's going to $60 a ton.
Where are we at now?
It's still 60.
It's still 60, so we're looking at almost a year and it stayed at 60.
Yeah. But I haven't.
When I
That's a
talked,
So all of our trash is picked up here locally, and we don't have the ability to take it straight to the landfill, so we transport it to West Plains. West Plains charges a transfer fee per ton, and then they move it for us. But that is one of the costs that we have as part of his department that goes through. And it is a huge, I mean, you're talking about in 1 year, it almost doubled the amount of what the fees were that we were charging to drop the city's trash.
We tried going to the landfill, and you gotta get a contract with Hartville, this Black Oak Recycling. And it's just so hard, the wear and tear on the trucks, we wear our trucks out twice as often, we got a lot more fuel mileage.
We better do trash.
Right now, a set of tires is about $3,000. It'll last, a set of tires will last 2 years. By running all the way to Hartville and back every day,
Yeah,
we're going through probably 2 sets of tires a year.
plus the fuel,
And the
plus the
fuel.
man hours, wear and tear on the vehicles.
And the trucks last twice as long. That's a lot of wear on them. They're just not made for transporting that much. I mean, a semi, West Plains can haul probably 4 or 5 of our trucks on that one semi. At least 4 trucks. We tried it for about 5 or 6 years, and it wasn't feasible.
you build you a berm up
The
there
tipping fees, yes.
and dump everything and push it in like they do out there.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's getting rid of the tipping fees, but that's what it is.
that's a whole new ordeal,
I know.
trying to set up a transfer station. There's all kinds of government regulations.
DNR.
Yeah, I talked to them last time I was down there, and they said that they're probably not gonna bring their tipping rates down.
They're probably gonna go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brent told me, he's the supervisor in West Plains, they've got it figured in. I'll have to call him and see what, I don't know when their rates will increase. Used to, we signed a 3-year contract.
They're not doing that anymore.
No. They don't know when.
It's too wishy-washy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hartville can just tell them, hey, we're raising it again.
Well, fuel prices go through the roof again, and
Set up the time.
Yeah.
they have to adjust. for
Right
that.
now, we've been fortunate that they've been hanging low. At first, they really started skyrocketing. They got up to almost $5 for diesel.
Right.
But it's been holding down about, well, it was $3.69, now it's $3.42, but it may go up another 20 cents.
Yeah, gas just did.
Yeah. Holiday coming up.
Right.
But pretty much the gas and oil, it runs about the same every month, so I just got to split it in half, and our landfill tipping fees. This miscellaneous, 3 years ago, we were at 592, and then 859, and then 1900. And like Kelly I got with Kelly, and the uniforms and the internet was $1,200. I think we should have a separate line item for the internet instead of putting it in miscellaneous.
Wonder why it's not.
But of course, the uniforms, we discontinued those.
So you do get uniforms or you don't?
Not anymore, we turned them back. The scrap tire disposal, our tire shed is about half full. I didn't put anything down, but I think we ought to put something there, at least 1,200. Because, I mean, I can wait, but then it's gonna be a larger sum
Yeah.
when we have to get rid of them, and they may raise the price again too.
Well, I'd prefer that tire shed to not be full over the summer with this heat.
Yeah.
So,
The last time it was so full that I had to, it was coming out, and it was supposed to be covered.
right.
So we had more than we could put in there. I'd kind of like to put $1,200 on that scrap tire disposal. And dumpsters purchased, I haven't bought any, we budgeted it last year. I could really use them, I planned on buying some, but with money being so tight, I've just kind of been holding off. People are always calling wanting dumpsters, and I could use some more 6 yards. They're around $2,200 each.
They run until it goes into the scrap.
So how much are they then?
A 6-yard dumpster is about $2,200 each.
The other thing on his budget right now is that the fixed amounts that we already paid for, like where he had his new truck, and there's some other things that come through that we got either grants or loans and stuff for on here. So that's actually something else that we do here. So when we start talking about big buying items, I always look at that too, to make sure that, hey, we're not overdoing what we already have allocated on this.
So now, do they have like a wish list? Because I'm new at this too, so like things that they might want, that's part of this, or is this like?
I've always been very conservative when I write stuff on there.
How many 6-yarders do you have right now?
Well, I've got about, in use, probably 10, but as far as extra ones, maybe 2.
So how many would you want if we could fudge some numbers in there for you?
I'd like at least 3 more. I'm doing pretty good on 2 yards, but you know, like this event coming up, the concert, and then I'm gonna have, I'll need one there. And I'm always having to go rob one from someone. If they're not using it right now, I have to go get it and make apologies and say, I'll promise I'll bring it right back as soon as we get done. There's another, the church camp out here at past the airport. We set 6 yards out there for a whole month of July and then August. And I'm always scrounging around trying to find dumpsters.
Do they pay for themselves over time?
Oh, yeah. That lasts about 8 years. We set a lot of, if people are doing a large cleanup, we can set one, back our truck up to it and dump it on the spot. They may fill it up again within 15 minutes. One time I had 2 6 yards at a house. I dumped one, there was a whole bunch of guys working and cleaning. And there's a rent house, and the house was full of stuff. They were dumping one side, I'd back up to the other, dump it, and then I'd back over to the other one and dump it. But
Back to the tires, is there a way, or is there a type of machine you can get to where they can be disposed of in normal trash? I've seen
That-
it through some of the
I
things.
checked
they just
into
cut
that,
it.
and that will put us into DNR regulations, will be called a tire processor.
Okay,
And when you're a tire processor, you've got wastewater runoff, you gotta have all kinds of, I can't even cut them up.
that's what I was saying, because I think that's how tire shops are getting away with it, they cut the sidewalls off. Right?
Yeah. See, West Plains, they cut them up, and I talked with Brent, and the DNR's down there, you gotta have a permit, and then they'll come and inspect you. So,
Does the new?
and then when they cut them up, they can landfill them then.
S&C, or are they looking at something like that, do you know, whatever the new S&S, the new recycling place behind it?
S&S, I think they're just mainly all metal,
Okay,
they're just by metal. Copper, aluminum, steel.
So right now, who hauls away the tires to the tire shop that are cut sidewalls out of?
We do,
And
that's
what are you
tire
doing?
shops, they already cut them
Are you
up,
doing what with them?
landfill.
So you're saying that we can't cut them up without
And
a
we would
massive
have to,
operation?
we would be a tire processor.
But they're not one.
They fall under a different ruling
I
than
think
sanitation does.
Your mind's going the same place that mine's going, so we'll,
Yeah, that's what
what's it costing per tire to dispose of?
we just raised our rates to 5, and I think it's like,
If
for a regular pickup tire or car tire,
Mhm.
it's,
That's what we're charging.
What, yeah, but what is it that we have to charge, or we have to, when we drop
I
it?
think our cost is around $3.75 or $4, but we're charging 5.
Okay, then what would it cost if we're picking up tires from the tire shop that are cut up? It's just weight then, right?
Yeah,
Is that where your mind's going? Okay,
It's just garbage.
yardage at that point. Is S&S coming through as far as for the recycling of aluminum cans and the metal yard? I haven't been by the metal yard in a while. Last time I was there, it was empty. Is it still empty? Or are you just transporting across the street now too?
our place or
Yeah,
S&S?
yours.
I still got a roll-off there from S&S,
Okay,
because I was using their big 30-yard roll-off, fill it full of metal, and then they would take it to Mountain Grove, and we'd have to pay $250 for a haul bill off of our price for the metal.
Okay.
And then when they opened up over here, they started dumping it over there, even before they were open for business. But now, yes, I can haul it over there, and we can sell it, and we can save that haul bill.
Okay. That's
I
what I
use
was
the old
asking.
army truck.
Yep.
We can use our clamshell bucket and just pick it up, put it in an army truck, take it over there. We used to do that with A to Z for many years.
And is aluminum up too?
Not
Stable
really.
anyway?
Yeah. but I take quotes from other people. We don't get that much aluminum.
Okay.
I mean, it's scrap aluminum, like screen doors, pots and pans, and then aluminum cans. The cans we bale, and we take bids on that and quotes. A lot of people think aluminum's a big money maker.
Well, the plastic is where we're at now, but is that still stable up high, or is it getting ready to bottom back out again?
It's come up a little. Usually when petroleum products go up high,
Yep.
the plastic is a petroleum product and it goes up also. It's come up some, but it's not very good.
What else are you needing?
Well, those dumpsters, we got past that. I'd like to put 6,000 in on that line for dumpsters. But I left it blank just so I could talk about it.
You said they were $2,200 a piece.
They're somewhere, last I checked, they're around 2,000, 2,200. I can call around. Now, I've even got some refurbished ones. Sometimes like the one guy we buy from has refurbished. And they weld heavier metal in the bottom, like the bottom plate all the way around, and then they paint them. And they look real good.
Yeah, but they're extra heavy. It's
Yeah.
extra wear and tear on the truck.
We used to rebuild ours, a lot of them. Then it got so high, the metal got so high and the labor. So I have bought a lot of refurbished as opposed to new ones.
I mean, if you could budget to where you could replace 3 a year, that would be a good deal. Won't get your,
Yeah. Well, I've always tried to have some around 6,000 for dumpsters.
Plan that starting in January. That's when the next budget goes through.
right, that's what I'm
That's
talking
what
about.
he's trying to, he's not saying for right now, he's saying for the future. stuff.
Next,
Yep.
yeah, I haven't bought any of this year. It was budgeted, but I didn't touch it.
You got enough CDL drivers?
For right now, yeah. Never can tell though.
Mhm.
Especially in his industry.
Any further questions for Dave? Sanitation? Dave, you have any other comments to make?
The supplies and material, back to that. The recycled bags and baling wire would just about take up that $8,000. But I can also call and get prices like a whole year or 4 months supply.
Yeah, if you could get that for us, that way,
Okay.
because if it's beneficial, then, you know, $4,000 savings is a huge savings.
Yeah, that's why we went with it last year, but it took a big lump sum to get it.
Yeah.
We just got to store a lot of bags in our building. It worked out pretty good last year, saved us money.
All set, Dave? You all set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much. And pool budget, oh, this is gonna be a good one. Operating off of very little to go on.
Yes.
Understand.
Yes.
How'd your class go?
It was great. I passed, so
All of them?
I'm
Good deal.
excited. So yes.
Good, good.
I don't know. Do you guys have the budgets for the pool?
Mhm.
These ones.
Okay, everybody has a copy?
Could you explain miscellaneous, combined miscellaneous for $1,000?
So it's just miscellaneous, just the neglect over 3 years. So just anything that needs to be replaced. that may not fall into any of these spots. Just, I know that prices have gone up on some things, so we just decided to just stick $1,000 to the side just for anything that wasn't in these categories that we couldn't replace. So it's just kind of a touch it if we need it, but it's just there, just in case.
Did you look into those defibrillators that were left there?
So she said they were, Dawn, the instructor that I went through, she said as long as they're not, as long as the battery is fine, we should be okay. So I took it over to Mercy and they checked it and they said everything was fine. Everything, and they kind of used it, yes. So we did want to put into there such as new pads, but the pads in there are not open, so they are still good. They did use old pads that they have up at the thing, so when they tested it, they're like, we don't want to open these pads unless you absolutely need it. She said, just go ahead, try to put into the budget of maybe getting them back up to date because they are expired.
The pads are?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get a cost on those yet?
I have not. I'm thinking that I can go through Dawn and she should be able to send me a price for those.
Okay.
And I should get them a lot cheaper going through her as well.
Where are you at? The office supplies, right below, yeah.
So
We should
office,
have print tape and some other things now.
I was
They
gonna
have
say
the new POS system.
paper, we will have a regular printer down there. So just in case our, you know how the internet is, you know how software works, if it does crash, then we want to have backup. So we are wanting to print everybody's stuff, put it in a file, that way in case something happens, we do have backup. So it's there just in case, but it is like paper, ink, just office supplies such as like the little things, staplers. I mean, because we're starting all over
Yes.
from down there, so there's like nothing down there, so. Now retail purchases, I did go up another 1,000 just because minimum wages have gone up, so food prices have gone up, so I did go up another 1,000. We haven't gotten any, like a budget for food because we haven't gotten that stuff yet.
Is that all you're counting underneath the retail purchases?
Yeah, because a lot of our, like our big items, especially in bulk, they don't come out to very much from Sam's or, you know, smaller stores or anything like that. So a lot of our big ticket items are going to be more of like, we're wanting to do Lunchables, but we have a lot of people like from the senior center that are wanting to donate, like such as bread, peanut butter, jelly, those kind of things. So a lot of our budget, people are wanting to donate to kind of help out in there.
Put an asterisk next to that for the next time you come up, so that way you can explain this is an initial investment, but it's got a return because
Okay.
that's stuff that's for sale.
Okay,
Because that'll be a wash. We're going to do the
Okay.
same thing when we restarted as far
Okay.
as the pro. Because yes, you are spending, but that money comes back and then it
Okay.
also goes against
Okay.
somebody else.
yeah, sure can.
$25,000 on buildings. Can you elaborate more on that?
Eddie just told me to carry that over. Kelly confirmed that that is in that spot. So she just told me to carry it on
So that's
over.
what was on the old budget that you looked at?
Yes.
So like, that would be for painting and
I-
shower?
I'm guessing, I'm not 100% like on supplies and material. I don't know if it kind of falls under that category. I know where bleach does, which Eddie was trying to get a hold of the people that we go through to get the bleach for the system. They didn't return our call, so to get that kind of estimate. So he just told me to carry over for that as well.
There's electric up top, about the third thing.
Okay.
What's the phone? We still have because we switched over to the voice over IP, right?
I don't know if that's,
It should, any of our systems should have been swap, because the seniors did.
I was gonna say, I know that we're piggybacking from the senior center for internet, so, and there's not a phone down there, so I didn't see a phone,
Yeah,
so.
that'll be the voice over IP that we're, so if we check on that, because that shouldn't have a specific bill for it, because it'll tie into the rest of the one we already got. What's your safety item?
So safety items are going to be first aid. So we've got to replenish our first aid because everything is expired in it.
Okay.
Such as sunscreen, we need a blood kit, we need 2 of those. Like lifeguard equipment, I kind of put that in there. Our buoys are really great, our backboards are great, but just in case something happens. But I was also going to fall into that category as life jackets. But me and Becky are wanting to do a life jacket drive to see if anybody would like to donate life jackets to the pool that are not weather torn, damaged, just if they've got them, great, if you guys can donate, wonderful. That way we're not having to dip into the budget, but it is there just in case. Oh, and fire extinguishers. We need fire extinguishers mounted in the pool area as well.
The blood kits.
Yes, so, yeah, blood kits will be, in case, hopefully it's just Band-Aids and ice packs this year, and I don't even want that. But in case something does happen, we really got to make sure that we have those. So that way nobody's getting any infectious diseases or anything.
What's your plan to teach your lifeguards?
So my plan is once, right now I'm kind of limited because I've got some kids that are starting summer school, starting the first week of June or the last week of June. So we're trying to figure out when a best date would be. West Plains Pool is filling up with reservations right now, so I'm really needing a classroom and a pool. I've got a large PowerPoint that I'm needing them to really sit down and watch. I prefer to go over all the materials so that way they're not missing anything. But I'm hoping to break it up in 3 days.
Okay, so does the pool have to be indoors?
Yeah. Yes, the pool has to be indoors due to the fact that it is not warm enough yet, and if the pool is not above 65 degrees, they can catch hypothermia. So if we can find a pool that's indoors, fantastic. If we can use our pool or set when we do open up our pool a little bit later, so that way we can have just a little bit of time to get our lifeguards trained in our pool, that would be fantastic. Just because it's our pool, and they would know it a lot better if it was at our pool. Because a lot of lifeguard, like when you teach lifeguard, you want to do it at your pool because they're going to learn the aspects of the pool, so, and what they're needing to do.
Because you're indoor, Brenda brought up a great point across the street at the senior center.
Okay.
There's a big room in the back and stuff that they can
Okay. Yes.
facilitate too, so everything's right there at the same
Okay.
location.
I'm sure they would.
Okay, sounds good.
Could be worse because the river's 63 degrees.
I was gonna say, when I did lifeguard training, like, we did it in our pool, I mean, we did it in West Plains, we did it in our pool too, we were cold, but we did it.
Yeah, but you're tough.
That was like 100 years ago.
And now the machinery and equipment, we're trying to figure out, we haven't, or as of right now, we're not able to get out the lift for the chair to, see if it works. It may need a new battery, but we also need new vacuums for the pool, for the bottom of the pool to clean as well. So that's kind of, I tacked on another 500 for that.
You're a little bit shy there because the batteries will only be 500.
500, yeah. We're gonna try to see if our vacuums do work down there. I know that we have one, but I don't know if we have all the parts to it, so we may just have to order the parts. So, and I saw some of the parts on the one that we have, and it's not very much. It's less than $100, so it kind of fits in that budget.
Have you seen the chair system in Boulder? Where it's the 110, we did you see not enough, not anything?
One exception for out there.
No, let's say, because you got lights, right?
You just test it.
Oh, just test it.
Yeah, we can get it tested. Any more comments?
I don't think so. I
Any more
think that's it.
questions? Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.
Library budget, Beth, coming on down. Or not. My first question is, what happened at custodial?
Custodial, after I got my budget, then we added McKenna. So I went from no housekeeping to McKenna. That's where that came from, the 1,500.
Okay.
She cleans an hour a week down there.
Who are the dues and fees to?
Dues and fees are we pay a fee to have the ebooks every year. And we pay a fee for our virus protection. We have a fee for the circulation program. I think that's all we have for that. And the amount changes every year. As with the internet, that amount changes also. But those bills for the year are due in July. When we had our other budget ending in June, then we had to pay. I had some big bills that came due right at the beginning of our new budget. The internet, some dues and fees. So with the budget changing, that will kind of help spread that out a little bit.
What is the internet comprised of? Is that just our Wi-Fi, or is there another place that goes into?
We have Wi-Fi, we get it from the University of Missouri through Mornet,
Okay.
that the school uses and libraries use. And the legislature determines the cost of the internet every year. Sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it isn't.
And that's you pay that once a year.
It's a one time.
You have something going on at R&M buildings, what that, you're up, you're doubling.
Well, I added when we got the automatic doors, and the city said they would run the wiring. I didn't know how much that would cost for supplies. So I just took a guess at that.
That's real good.
Do we know when those are gonna be installed yet?
After I complete all that I need to complete for the grant, hopefully I can have it done before it gets cold. So by the end of summer, hopefully, after summer reading where the kids aren't all over the place.
And the phone, you're on a voice over IP too, right? The new system?
I'm on the new system, yeah. And on the buildings also, I need to add a water fountain for $600, but I wasn't sure to do the electric first and then the next 6 months cover the water fountain.
Are you replacing one?
Replacing it. The water fountain guy came in and said a new one would be the same cost as repairing the old one. And the old one was installed when the building was built, so it's about 22 years old.
And you had an estimate on that?
$600.
Okay, you guys have any questions? Any further questions for Beth?
Yeah, what other grants are you looking at for down there, other than the one for the front door? Do we have anything that's coming up for any of the kids' reading programs or anything like
The
that?
grants are posted by the state library usually after their fiscal year. So usually I know by September if there's any grants that we can use. We just got new computers and I can't think of any other grants that come through that we could utilize. And the computer payment should be made by June, which will then straighten up some of these figures. Because it's the $6,239. So that will be deposited back to the city.
What other wants or needs do you have?
Well, if you look on the back page, on page 3, and down at the last the last 2 years, 3 years. And you can see that the library has taken quite a cut in the budget over the last 3 years. So I would like to see if maybe over 3 years to increase the budget again, because this budget is so low that I can hardly provide good programming and services. I figured up over a 3-year time, I've lost $120,000 in the library budget. And it was cut 2 years ago, then it was still cut, and then it was cut, it just stayed on that same track. So I would like to see if we could start increasing it again to, like in the books and periodicals. As you can see, at one point, $7,500 was used to purchase books, magazines, and newspapers. And now it's down to $3,000, which is $3,000 in a year is not very many books.
But remember, this is 6 months.
Right, so I just want to say that something needs to happen over a period of
Well,
time.
you've got to make the first move, because we can't sit here and decide that, well, we should put so much more into book replacement, dues and fees, electricity. You know, we need you to
Okay,
put those on here, saying, this is what we could get by with, but we really should be up to here.
okay,
You feel free to put another line right on the right side of it, that we should be here, and
okay.
then we
Well,
can have something to
then,
go by.
And also, number of people that would actually service, so that way you can look at one justifying the other. You know, because getting more periodical and stuff in, if nobody's coming to use them, is not proper spending of the money either. So we gotta make sure that we have people that are going to be using them. So the numbers and the number trends of who's coming into library, what are they looking for? Even if you got a list or something that hits with that, that's something that we need to see too.
I turn in a annual report to the state,
Okay?
so I can get you a copy
That
of
would be-
that.
Now,
I
when
think
does that
it's,
report go?
it's due in November,
Okay.
so,
So for the next budget, that would be
Right.
something great to actually add to? Because
Yes.
that way it would justify what you're looking for too.
oh, and the Secretary of State has made a ruling that if the librarian purchased porn for children, they'll go to jail. So that has never happened, and it will never happen, but the state librarian suggested not to use the state aid money to purchase books. So I was wondering if I could, when I got a different bill, maybe for toner or something, to code it where it could be paid out of my state aid money and not books.
Yeah, we can't circle that.
What they're trying to make sure of is that we're not using state grant money for anything that they already deem as illegal, so.
Well,
And
Knowingly circumvent.
that's correct, because that is not
I just cannot use state aid money.
no, that's their recommendation. You can use state money if you stay within the state guidelines.
Right, but they never identified what it was, so, I just don't want there to be a problem with anyone that would complain. It would be, for this year, we made $1,790 for state aid. And And that money can be used for anything library. So you can use it for payroll, you can use it for anything. The athletic and entertainment has to be used for collection development.
So what you're saying is the state aid can be used for toner.
Yes, anything library.
It's totally
Yeah.
okay, it's not.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to ask us permission on this. This is your
Well-
call.
I was wondering if I could just,
As long as it's legal, you go ahead.
as long as everybody knows where this money's going, that's my main concern.
Is
Yes.
this directly from the state?
Yes,
Okay.
it comes from the state library, yes.
Athletic.
That is-
This form, or this
You
paper?
printed it.
The
Right.
payments,
No,
Did you
this,
type this?
yes.
Yeah.
you typed it, that's
Yeah.
what I was asking.
Yeah, I just put the figures together of what we had, but I didn't know what auditors look at and all, so I just want everybody to know what's happening.
But read the very, very last sentence, I don't understand. I understand, but I don't.
I know, we don't either, but if,
What you're afraid of there?
I think what they're talking
I-
about is that there's some parents that can say that certain books may
Yes.
be inappropriate for
Explicit
children.
Yes.
material.
And so, but that's everybody's own
right.
interpretation, so I
So
don't
there's
know
no
how you-
set interpretation, and we have rules in place for people who complain about the books, but I just don't want to get into trouble with the money and parents and get arrested.
Everybody needs a vacation.
I don't think you'd have to worry about it if, like, you buy the younger children's books and kind of, there's no nudity in them, so you wouldn't have to worry about it.
No, but
The
it's still
younger.
older kids' books that
Right, that
Kind
would be
of.
the touchy area.
kind of are on the line, and it's kind of in the eye of the beholder, so I just want to make sure everybody knows where the money is going, and not to books, but to other library items.
Yeah, no problem there.
And then that's it.
Does anybody else have any further questions for Beth before she leaves the podium?
You don't get arrested, though.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, thank you very much, Beth. And shop, we will get to the shop next.
How are you?
Oh, just fine.
Are you sure? Is that place still clean?
Yes, it is.
I got white gloves, can I come check?
Go for it.
All right, perfect, that's all I needed to know.
Bench is a little full from a cop car that had a deed discipline symbol.
Rear end?
Yeah, those cops are pretty hard on
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we should go there.
What do you need?
I'd like to update the heating system in the shop.
What? You think it's gonna get cold?
Well, I'm working off a little heat system that's outdated by, 30 years.
Isn't it the
Old.
waste oil?
No, it's a propane oil burner.
What would you like to go with?
We got an estimate for, I think, what is it, infrared,
How many? How many estimates do you have?
just the one so far.
Well, for the budget, we
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this will also cover the break room as well. It'll update the
No,
heating
then
system.
they'll be staying in the break room too.
Yeah.
What kind of heat's in the break room right now?
Wall heaters,
Baseboard.
baseboard,
Yeah.
That's probably not good at all.
Well, what's your electric bill right now? 1,600, that's, for 6 months, that's, you're not using much electricity. You're not using the heaters much, that's.
but like I said, that was a kind of a package deal for doing the shop and the break room through.
Does that mean you need to upgrade the insulation and stuff too?
No, it's actually, the heater that's in there does a fairly good job, but when it drops, obviously below zero, then it struggles to keep up.
So is this gonna require the ductwork that's already there? No.
No, there ain't no ductwork. It's just, and plus, there's supposed to be 2 of those propane heaters in there and one's not working at all.
It's not walking into
Mhm.
a TV. Yeah, that's the only.
What's the cost of that?
Of
What's
the-
that estimate you got?
For the shop, it'll be $45,525.
I like
Or
that.
$4,525.
That's where I was at, the 4,500.
Yeah, okay.
46.
And then that's 38 for the break room, to have a new system put in there.
That, 38, you get air conditioning too?
No,
I'll say,
I wish.
Because that break room is tiny.
That's awful high.
That's transferring, moving pipes, all that stuff.
It's not ours, we don't need to move pipes.
You just set a propane furnace in there.
So who's the estimate from?
Coulters. Willow.
But we don't have to worry about that. But you have that in the R&M at this time?
Yes, it is in this budget. I rated for that.
Because when you finally nail it down and get 3 bids, decide what you do, we don't have to get nitty-bitty here.
Yeah.
Basically 10 grand for everything.
I kind of like your idea of the ventless heaters in the break room, because it's small, you can put 2 in there, they'll probably outperform everyone. Oh, yeah, no, I know, but I mean, at that price, I mean,
Yeah.
compared to $400 plus whatever your gas bill, we already use gas out there anyway. So,
All right. Save
What?
$100.
Well, you're not very safe.
Pair of steel toe shoes or what?
I don't know. What do you spend $100 on for safety?
Band-Aids,
Glasses.
glasses,
I was just trying.
gloves.
Hopefully some earplugs.
It sounds very conservative.
Yeah. And supplies and materials, just like, what is that, welding supplies, what do you got? What do you use up in there?
Basically, most of the equipment, the nuts, bolts, butt connectors, all them, brake cleaners.
What about tools and small equipment?
Some of that I want to be to use to have the lift inspected.
When was the last time it was inspected?
I have no clue. So I did get a quote on that, which I don't know how I'm gonna get 3, because there's only like 2 people in the state of Missouri that does that.
So
So,
we just pick the closest one, so they're not charging you travel time.
yes.
Reach
And
out-
they're really not that bad. to
Reach
have
out to
inspected.
another state and it'll probably self-eliminate itself. But that way, we meet the guidelines and have it.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was that quote?
$323.
You only have one lift. Is that for one lift?
Yes, for one lift.
You only have that one in there?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's out of Springfield, so
Is that 2 bucks?
2 loads.
About right. Except for the list of stuff they're gonna tell you is wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost you 7-8 grand to fix.
Jack stands, stuff like that, you're gonna have those inspected at the same time.
I don't know if that falls under the same type thing, or I don't know how that falls on safety-wise.
I would recommend, if you're doing lifts, see if they do the stands and stuff too, and have those checked.
Yeah.
Because it's probably done in the same time frame as what the other was. And you're only one out there, it would probably be a good idea to make sure all the safety equipment is safe.
Do you have an eye wash station? Oh, that's over in the other part of the shop, isn't it?
There is, but it probably needs to be updated. They got solution in the bathroom.
You don't have anything close by, not even a double bottle?
No, there is one, but it's got about as much dust on it as the shop is old.
I see custodial here, why not they paid?
They don't go into the shop.
Oh,
That's just the break room.
oh, so that's just for the break room?
Your first aid kit, is it up to date?
Some of the stuff.
That's exactly what I wrote.
First aid kit is just paper towels or shop rag and duct tape.
It's electrical tape, you know better.
I know. What'd you use?
So it's been there a while now, doing a good job, by the way.
Thank you.
Gus, is there anything else that you see that you need tools-wise, being a one-man operation, that we're missing?
So far, I've been getting by with what's in there. You know, and then some of the stuff I'm able with what's in the budget to go get, you know, so. But some of the other guys, if I do need an extra hand, they're willing to help out, so. It doesn't fall, it's not that often I do.
What about your testing equipment, tool-wise?
Like scanners.
Scanners, readers, subscription to the,
Yeah, I don't know when
data.
when an update needs to be done on the one scanner. I guess I can call and find out through Snap-on what needs to be done.
I mean, some of the vehicles.
I guess if we're going that route, my air conditioning gauges could be updated, which like I said, they're $100, so that's in the tool and budget there.
Guys have any other questions?
The excess equipment and stuff that was up there and whatnot, have you guys already identified it, moved it out, or is it still eating up space too?
It's still in there, and
Okay.
I don't know if that was gonna be put on the auction or what. I don't know. Haven't heard anything else about it.
We talked about that last year too, as a matter of fact, so, because it does, it eats up a lot of space, it also can, it becomes a safety hazard in itself, so.
Yeah, I think that one milling machine, that was, I think it was they go for auction for about $6,000. The one that sits against the north wall, the big
That
one.
would be the one that I would say that you would probably use as nothing else as a drill press too. Or is that the one? is
That
the
one's just
older
sitting
one?
back, yeah, that's the older
Older
one.
one, yeah.
It's just back there collecting oil and dust, and I don't think it's been turned on in the last 10 years.
What else do you need?
Yes, sir?
Can we get a DVR at the shop?
Thank you. So-
They have like 2 cameras, 3 cameras that work consistently, and they need cameras. When something is stolen from the shop, it's thousands of dollars. There needs to be, like at least 16 cameras there. I mean, there's
Yeah. You have a guess in it? $1,000?
1,000 or less, or just a standard DVR. That's all they need, just cameras on spots. It would help us
For the
tremendously.
shop itself.
So you're looking at a whole CCTV with a DVR?
Just a standalone DVR with cameras and cables, and we can just go there and watch it. We don't need it remoted, like that, so.
Good idea.
There's already been a
And you're
whole-
thinking of 16?
At least, there's so many points of entry around that whole building, you need, and we know where they come in.
Yeah,
Every open area on
back
fence.
fence area from the
Every
golf
area.
course.
We need cameras on the closet.
What else?
Like I said, most of it will be covered under some of the stuff in the budget that I came up with. But like, well, obviously a printer, we'll constantly have to come down here and get stuff that I've printed off or need printed off. So, that, and then I like manuals, if I find a manual online for like a lawnmower or something, I need to have it printed off.
Do you just pipe it to city?
Yeah, I send it to Kelly or whomever in the office, and then I come down here and then print it off for me. I mean, it works, but it's be more handy if it's there.
We're gonna upkeep a separate printer.
Yeah, yeah, I'll put it down, but
Printers don't like shops.
No, but I keep my shop pretty clean, so.
there's not a clean room. It is, but it's still a shop.
Any other questions for the shop?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate it. Last but not least for the night, administration budget.
You can stand up there, I just do it.
You need to say just like everybody else.
On the spot.
Where the camera used to be.
I don't mind the hot seat here.
I got them plugged in.
Girl Scout, yeah.
What's the gas and oil for?
The gas and oil, that's Eddie's number, he's not here to answer that question.
Oh, okay, it's Eddie, okay,
But
okay.
any gas.
For Eddie,
Yes.
Okay,
The- Any of the gas stuff is for the city van that people use.
generator,
That would be, yes, or for Eddie's vehicle, and then also the meter reader Dalton's, all of that falls under the admin
under the
budget.
admin, okay.
Along with like the repair and maintenance for vehicles, that also falls under admin, those 3 vehicles.
Well, since Eddie's not here, I'm just gonna say it, he can stand to walk a little bit.
I'll tell him you said that.
What he gets for going on vacation.
He's walking.
Yes.
He did a lot of walking, actually.
So the 2,000 for safety, that's for education?
Yes, everything that comes for safety for the other departments comes through City Hall first, and then that gets dispersed. We just went off of, kind of what had been done previously. We split it in half, because you have to have, so X amount of safety meetings, and if they require any kind of extra material or training.
And the telephone, that, he keeps on talking about a system. So is that the system you're talking about, that disperses under?
VoIP, voice over IP.
Is that it? That's why it's that way.
And is yours the complete bill?
I believe that all comes out of,
Then why do we have bills for phone in all the other departments?
I think that was just because that's how it was a few years. I don't know when that phone came into existence.
What was
I
the
don't
thing
know.
The last
Is
year?
it broke down just so that,
Which page is that on selecting?
It's page 3.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that is everything all encompassing. There's a lot of stuff that gets used by other departments that falls under admin. So we take the hit of a lot of different things for department. I mean, like paper. People use our paper all the time. Like,
Right.
you know, I mean, we can't account for what the shop's gonna do if he comes up and wants to print off a book or something. I mean, things like that. If it doesn't fall somewhere else, it falls under the admin budget.
Can we look on that and see if that is all inclusive? Because if it is, then we need to get rid of the phone bills out of everybody else's budget,
I
because
think people just didn't know, so they were rolling
writing
over.
it in. That, and that's what I was thinking too. Because we cut that bill drastically by going to that system. The initial hit was basically equipment, which we needed to upgrade anyway. But it's so much of a, it's more efficient.
I'll note that. I'll have an answer for that next time.
I need it now.
Well, if you wanna wait, I can go look.
Furnitures and fixtures,
Mhm.
you got $1,000 down.
the mayor needed a lazy boy with a heated deck and it vibrates.
Here's getting kind of old.
There are desks in there that need replaced. In my office, there's one whole drawer I can't use because it sits like this. There's one that every time you shut it, it rolls back open, so you constantly are turning into it. Every desk in there is ancient. I would like to have an upgrade of at least one every so often, just because they are falling apart. They're like chipping away. The one in McKenna's office now, I had to put duct tape when I was in there because I would turn, because it was chipping, I would turn and I would jam that under my fingernail at least once a day. So I duct taped it with pretty floral duct tape.
You need to get with that young man back there, because he has a knack of finding stuff for free, and I know tables and stuff, and they're really good ones.
Okay.
So, if you don't mind, sir.
Find a good desk.
Behind seven.
But that was what it was for, just, I mean, some of the things are just, a lock cabinet would be nice, also just in the desk drawer itself. I know we have file cabinets and there is one that's locked, but it would be nice to be able to lock up some other things, just, and that's kind of standard now with desks.
No,
No.
we don't.
Computers and hardware?
That's, if there was a budget, it was budgeted this time for any new upgraded computer. If something happens, like if we have a computer that completely shuts down, it's gonna cost money. You can't, you know,
Yeah.
they're old, so at any time they could go. The printer that does the utility billing, that thing is not cheap. So if that goes down, that is the only printer that we have that has the capacity to do that. So it's just something that needs to stay in the budget because at any point in time, something could go down. Like our big copier that everyone uses, you know, us and then everyone else out. We did purchase that one, so if we had to replace something like that, if it went down, I mean, we do have a maintenance contract on it, but we did purchase that outright, so that is a city asset that we have. So if something along those lines goes out, I mean, that's.
I know you don't know this, but if you could, let's check into a life cycle.
Okay.
You know, so that way you're rotating things out, because I bet you got computers that are 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yes.
And with the amount of stuff that they get used for that, you definitely don't want to have one go down and lose all that information. So,
I can check on that.
and again, I bet you that department back there is really good at telling you how life cycle stuff works too. What else do you want?
Mainly, just double check my ones back here. I mean, mainly that was it, was to have, just to replace a desk. If we found some that were even, I mean, if we could replace them, a couple of them at a time. If they found some that were a little bit cheaper, that would be nice. I mean, that's really, I did kind of go around and ask the other girls in the office, is there anything that you have seen that we need? Is there anything you have seen that, you know, would be something good to ask for? And desk was the only thing that came up. So, I mean, that's really, we want a whole lot of things.
How many computers do you have in that office?
There are two up front. I have one in my office, Eddie's office, McKenna, and John, and then there's one in where teacher is located, and then Kelly.
So if we could,
6, 7.
if we could rotate you 2 a year, depending on what the life cycle is.
Yeah. You're talking about a whole bunch of equipment. They really need to build a life cycle first to see.
I know.
So I don't even want to play as far as forward, but think about it because you definitely have some older computers.
Yes, I was gonna say, I'm.
And also
they're all-
equipment other than that too. I mean, some of them you don't need, but the printers is another
Our
thing.
printer was purchased in 2019, the big one.
19,
up there.
usually you're looking 4 or 5 years and that's it.
That's when that one was purchased.
Yeah, because the number of copies and stuff that they run through is pretty traumatic. So.
Because everybody uses it,
Mhm.
so I mean, you do get a lot of use on that, so.
Do you have, or have you established a system of all the needed passwords in the safe for like internet, Facebook, all that other good stuff?
We have not established a
Okay.
safe
Okay.
spot.
As long, yeah,
Yeah.
keep that in mind, so we don't have to go through that again.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're going to avoid that.
Journal.
Well,
Need a journal that you can lock. And the journal works really well. You can put it in there and then it goes in that locked place every evening. Nobody takes it
Well, it
home.
would never have to come out.
Yeah, yeah, It's just for the updated passwords and other stuff. Every time they'd update, they just,
Yeah, but
David.
don't you have to change your password now?
yep.
It's all these.
And that's not just for mine, that's for everybody's, all over
Everybody.
everything, yeah. They are kept away from, other places, not just anybody could get in and find things, so.
Well, I think what he's talking about is for.
No, I understand. I know what he's referring to.
Anyway, I use a journal. It works really well.
I just don't like the fact of having something written down on paper that someone can just run off with. I mean, there are computer programs itself that actually are like password things. And I know you have to have a password to get into it, but as a original form, I mean, those things I feel are a little bit safer than a journal and with a.
Till computer crashes.
Exactly, that too. But,
I
just
lock
saying,
mine up, and nobody gets it but me, so.
I mean, we can do that. I just,
Just a thought.
to me, that's just the safest way to live under your keyboard. But
Any other questions? Sarah? Any other comments? Okay, thank you very much. And since this is not a regular meeting, but a special meeting, there will be no mayor's minutes.
We do need to go into closed session though.
We do?
Yes, we were supposed to set something up in closed session from the last meeting.
For our special meeting?
No, yes. We just, and during our interviews and interview processes.
We discussed, we were going to go for the
In the
application.
special meeting?
No,
We
it
gotta
was
set up,
actually out here.
we gotta set up the time and stuff, but that goes into personnel. We can't do that in open session. It just should be one or two items and we're done.
Make a move.
I make a motion that we adjourn to closed session RSMO, no, wait a minute, in accordance with RSMO 610.021. How did I do?
Wonderful.
Okay, look at that. Huh?
Great. A second?
You don't need a substitute.
Go. Okay, we're going to close session in 2 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes.